You're listening to Age to Perfection, where we redefine aging, celebrate every milestone, and empower women to thrive at every age. We're so grateful to have you as part of our community. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. Cheers to being aged to perfection.
Okay, well, welcome to another episode of Age to Perfection. I'm here and I get to be the host today. Dr. Patel's in the hot seat. So excited about this little role reversal. All right, so we have got, I love this, Trader Joe's.
Yes.
One of my favorite stores. Okay, a 2022 red wine that I cannot pronounce, but it's a Grand Reserve. Tell me about it because you picked it out.
I picked it out. The reason I picked it out was because I actually stumbled on it. And I thought this would go well with our topic today. We're talking about peptides, but it's kind of like, it's there. It's always been there. But until you try it, you don't realize how amazing it is.
Yeah.
If people think grocery store wine, no, it's really good. Like it drinks like a high-end bottle.
I love it.
So,
I love it. I love a good
cheers.
wine find. Cheers. I love a good wine find for sure. That was really good.
See,
okay.
I told you.
Okay. Well, let's talk about our topic today. So when you joined back in, oh my gosh, it's been 10 years, right? 2016. You were asking me what I want your role to be. And I had talked to you about, like, I had already done, toxins and lasers and stuff, but I really felt like the missing key to that was wellness. Wellness being from the inside, right? You can look good on the outside, but if you don't feel good on the inside, it just doesn't make sense. So together, I wanted us to kind of bring together this idea of wellness, which is where we rebranded. So back then, what we brought on were hormones. We brought on NAD. We brought on peptides. We brought on IV therapy, which was kind of gaining momentum at that point. So we've been doing this a long time, but since we now have a podcast, I thought it'd be fun to talk about it, specifically actually peptides, because I feel like there's been a lot on social media. There has been a lot more I'm noticing, and I'm sure that's due to TikTok and everybody else, but we're getting asked more about it. Even though we've been doing it for a long time, I think people are starting to see it more and know about it more. So I kind of want to talk about, because there's been some controversy over it too, right? The FDA pulled it, They put it back on. People were like, oh, but I'm still getting it. And I'm like, yeah, where are you getting it from? So, the do's, the don'ts, the how does it work? What are the different kinds? Because there's so many of them. And what are the benefits of peptides? So I kind of want to deep dive into that because I know you're very passionate about your peptides.
I am. I love my peptides.
And we won't ask you where you're getting them from.
No, okay? I was going to say the FDA cannot know my secrets.
So let's just do the basic foundation.
Okay.
What are peptides? Can you explain what they are and just break it down in layman's terms?
So peptides are any chain of amino acids that is under 52 in sequence, right? Anything between 2 to 52 molecules in an amino acid chain is a peptide. We have over 8,000. We don't even know peptides that are circulating in our body. Peptides, as they cross-link together, that's what makes a protein.
Right.
So then, if you denature a protein, you're getting peptides.
Right. So how do they fit into how we're functioning?
So peptides work on a cellular level. They make your cells function and do the job that they're supposed to. So the reason peptides started playing a role in our industry is, okay, we're going to go down to
Go for it.
fifth grade biology. When you're born, you have a nice, bright new cell. It's performing at its best, like your first round draft rookie, and you're doing all these amazing things. Over time, your mitochondria changes. Over time, we have these DNA telomerases that shorten, and as they shorten, the function of the cell gets compromised, right? And then you have what we call a senescence state. A senescence state is essentially what we call a zombie state, right? Where the cell is still semi-functioning the way it does, but it kind of has a couple of broken...
Not optimally.
Not optimally. And what happens is when you reach that senescent state, you can go one of two ways. You can repair it, or you go into what we call apoptosis, which is you kill the cell off.
Right.
Where peptides come in is that senescent state. There's different peptides that help with mitochondria. There's different peptides that help with the telomerase that are kind of shortening. There's peptides that help with regulating your own NAD, because it is peptides that are responsible for the levels and fluctuations of NADs that go in and out of the cells, right? And so what you're really doing is you're taking these tools and you're repairing the cell.
I love it.
I know.
So is that possible for every cell in the body?
It is possible for every cell in the body.
So
it is possible for every single cell in the body.
I'm hearing we're all going to become Benjamin Button and never age, basically. We're going to age backwards.
It is. This is the fountain of youth. If you're wondering why Hollywood ages the way Hollywood does,
Right.
why was Hugh Jackman able to look like Wolverine in that movie at his age?
Yeah.
I know he had the personal trainers and all that, but they're shooting themselves up.
I love it. I love it. So you talked about there being lots of different kinds of peptides. So can you just name maybe the top 5 that you think are kind of in the market right now, or let's say even the top 3, however many you can kind of spout off the top of your head, and sort of what their bullet point function would be to repair the cell? There's
a lot of peptides on the market. I think the most popular, and I'm going to go based on the list that the FDA is about to release.
Okay.
I love BPC 157, healing, and gut. I'm sorry, but as a country, we all have terrible guts.
Yeah.
What people don't realize is 70% of your immune system lives in your digestive tract.
Right.
And so for all fighting viruses, infections, bacteria, the general inflammatory process, right? Peptides also regulate your inflammatory response. And what do we know is the basis of every single disease?
Inflammation,
right?
Right.
So BPC 157 really helps with inflammation, gut, and repair.
Okay.
Then you have, I would say, thymosin beta.
Okay.
That is also a healing peptide. I love CJC ipamorelin.
I was waiting for you to say that.
That is my growth hormone. That is your growth hormone. That is your fountain of youth.
Right.
And the reason I didn't list it as number 1 personally on my list is because I think you can go wrong with it.
Okay.
Which we'll talk about. That's kind of my top 3. I also love, it's not well heard of, but I love epitalin because it actually does repair the mitochondria.
Okay.
And it's not very many people talk about it, but to me, those are the long-term gains, right? CJC ipamorelin, you're going to see, 3-4 weeks, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I feel so good.
Is that because of the way it works? It's more intracellularly than extracellular, or is there?
It's because it's secreting growth hormone. So you're getting your 20-year-old body back.
Okay, well, put me on that tomorrow. Or right now if you've got it. So is there a right way or a wrong way to implement these peptides? Do you have to stage them? Is it one or the other? Can you start them all at the same time? Because they all do different things. So
well, you told me we can't talk about that because we might get arrested.
Well, I mean, we're just talking about it. We're not really doing it. We're just talking about it. So is there a right and a wrong way to kind of do it?
I will say yes. So remember when we talked about the cells going senescence versus apoptosis, right? Apoptosis is when the cell itself kills off because you're like, you know what? I'm just not doing a good job. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna just kill myself off. When you stay in that
sounds so terrible.
It does. Yes. Well, because what happens when you stay in the senescent state is you actually, these cells secrete almost like a serum juice. It's called SAPs. These are inflammatory markers, and then they bleed into the healthy cells surrounding them. So it's almost like a cancerous cell. And that is when we talked about how you can go wrong, if you do too many of these, if they're peptides that you're mixing, right? Right now, if you go on TikTok and if you go on Instagram, and in fact, I sent you a clinic in our neighborhood that the doctor themselves are doing 6 and 7 different peptides. And you're seeing these people getting literally baggies handed to them. Like, okay, you're going to do the pre-drawn shots. They're not even labeled with what is in them, what shots they are. Just do this on Mondays, do this on Wednesdays, do this on Thursdays. And you're getting these things. But think of peptides, if you're working on a cellular level, right? You only have so much bandwidth. There's only so much your body can do. You're not actually, this is not
Yeah.
the juice of the gods that you're just going to do. It's not ambrosia. You're not going to drink it and do that. So
It's coming one day.
when you overload, it is. But when you overload that bandwidth with 5 and 6 and 7 different peptides, then your body's ability to repair itself gets split into
That many
6
different
and
directions.
7 different
Yeah.
directions.
Which makes sense.
So to me, I feel like making your body and really optimize. If I'm on BPC 157, I am dedicating that cycle to my gut.
Right.
Meaning we're going to make sure everything is doing what it needs to do to repair that one process, right?
Is this something, so can peptides be combined with something like NAD?
Mm-hmm.
So is this, and would that overload your body's ability to kind of do what both of those are meant to do, right?
No. NAD, you can do NAD with any and all of your peptides.
Okay.
And remember, I told you it's peptides that actually regulate the NAD
Right.
in your body. So if you are doing them in combination, that's actually even better.
So you would suggest that then. I like that. Okay. So can you give me a patient example that sticks out and that it has been on peptides, right? A patient, and that just comes to mind and is like, wow, this is a anecdotal story of theirs. Someone that you've put on peptides before the FDA said no. And then we stopped. And now we're planning to bring them back because it's coming back. So prior to us stopping, was there a patient that you put on peptides that you were like, okay, this was life-changing for this patient?
Honestly, I became a believer in it because I had shingles and gabapentin and didn't touch it.
Oh,
and
I
so
remember.
BPC, like I don't even have a rash or a scar. Like I have no pigmentation. It wrapped all the way around my belly.
Yeah.
That was one. But I think what really stuck out, I had a patient, I'd been seeing her for many years, and I did RF microneedling on her, and she track marked like really badly, really badly, and I couldn't figure out why. We had just actually RF was new to us at the time, and she had it done before, so this was not her first treatment with me. But we had just put a couple of months, she kind of disappeared, and then she came back and we did the treatment. And then when she came back and she was track marked, I was asking what happened, what's going on. She's like, well, I was like, any changes in medical history? She's like, oh yeah, I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And she was very upset because she was like, nothing is working. My passion in life is to make balloon arches for my grandkids. And when my hands hurt, I can't do anything for it. And the reason she told me that was because to try to get rid of the track marks, I put her on BPC because I healed so well from it. And I didn't have a rash or any kind of anything left over. So I put her on it. She came back to me 6 weeks after I put her on it. She was like, I made balloon arches all weekend long. She was so upset when they got taken off because she got off of all of her rheumatoid meds. She was off of all of her pain meds. She wasn't even taking NSAIDs.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I wonder if at some point it's going to make its way into medicine, right? It's got to.
Well, don't we have a family member whose DEXA scan got reversed?
Oh, yeah. I know. And that was with NAD
That was with NAD alone.
Right? That was NAD alone. That osteopenia just got so much better. I mean, it is definitely an amazing thing. So if there was a patient that were going to come to you today, right? How would you counsel them on jump-starting peptides or talking about peptides? Because I know I've had a lot of patients that have asked me about it, and we don't do it because obviously we're physicians. Being physicians, we try to really stick to the laws of everything. But they're like, oh, well, I just get it online, or I just get it from this place, or I just get it from this place. Or they'll ask, Facebook, like, hey, where's everybody getting their peptides? And you click this little link, and then all of a sudden your peptides are $50 a vial. So can you talk to me about sourcing, and if you were walking a patient through starting peptides, what your recommendations would be, and why is it important to really come to a physician wellness center or something to get those peptides or to get that advice on how to jumpstart that? So what would you talk, if you were talking to one of our patients right now, what would that look like?
Let's talk about sourcing first.
Okay.
all kinds of price tags out there, all kinds of places, all kinds of pharmacies. We are very particular in where we source all of our hormones, everything that we get in-house. We're stringent. We make sure it's a 503B pharmacy. I mean, I know Jamie does a deep dive, and Jamie actually sits down and meets with the pharmacists themselves to make sure that the compound pharmacist knows what he's compounding.
Right.
I'll break it down this simple. In order to compound a peptide for human use, the filter that they use is $3,000. The filter that they use to make animal research purpose peptides, which if you're getting it online from anywhere, the bottle will say for research purposes only, it is an $80 filter. So what is going in that vial and how many of the extra metals and all sorts of things. And remember, all peptides come from China, you guys. Yeah. All of them come from China. And so wherever there's third-party testing that you should be looking at. And where is that third-party testing? Is it the same company that's producing, that's testing it?
Right. Or is somebody else?
Or is somebody that's neutral, that has no dog in the game actually looking for it, right?
Right.
And then we go back to how are peptides properly done and how you consult them. So to me, if the goal is anti-aging, the goal is longevity, then I really need to address the patient as a person, individual person. And this is our background in family medicine. This is how we approach everybody.
Right.
So I always ask my patients, what are your genetics? What do I need to know is coming your way? Do you have diabetes in the family? Do you have autoimmune diseases in the family? Do you have, what else is going to happen that I need to kind of cardio protect, pulmonary protect, brain protect? If you have Alzheimer's in your family, right? There's certain peptides that we could start throwing into your routine to protect your brain activity. Then I ask them personally. I struggle with ADD. You struggle with your gut.
For sure.
So, we all have our things that we are individually. I struggle with sleep. You can sleep anywhere.
Yes,
you can sleep standing up. I have a really hard time with sleep, right? And so that's the second layer that I'm going to take into account. Right. And then the third layer I'm going to take into account is lifestyle. What are you doing on a date? Then I'm going to say, just like we do in aesthetics, hey, when are your big trips this year? So I know to plan my lasers around it. Wonderful. When are you are you going to do I'm starting a diet. I'm starting a workout program. I'm going for a month on vacation.
Right.
I need to look good for this wedding. I'm traveling this. We have so many patients that travel. A lot of peptides have to be refrigerated. So just like we do in any of our lasers and aesthetics, and we do that whole full plan, peptides are meant to be done as a full encompassing plan. And then you come up with hey, let's do this for this cycle, then this cycle, then this cycle. And you rotate and you kind of juggle all the balls.
It around. I love it. So is it expensive?
Well,
because most people are thinking, oh my God, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So is it affordable? Is it expensive? Is it worth it? I mean, bottom line, like even if you did one peptide and nothing else, would that be worth it?
I mean, in my opinion, yes, because I'm a big peptide believer.
Right.
But I will tell you this, peptides are cheaper and last longer in your body than a syringe of filler.
Okay, that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
And this is something I try to teach my kids, especially as they're coming into their teenage years and they're going to be exposed to drugs and alcohol and all kinds of things, right? I tell them, I was like, you have one body.
Yeah.
Clothes are going to come, toys are going to come, cars are going to come, shoes are going to come, purses are going to come and go. All of these things are going to come and go. You don't get to trade your body in.
Right.
You don't get to trade up. So to me, I think a syringe of filler is going to go away in 6 months, but the repair that I did with my peptides, it's there.
It's going to last forever. I love it. Well, is there anything else you want to add with peptides that we might have missed in our podcast or our conversation? I mean, wellness is here to stay. It's been here for a long time. It's gaining a lot of popularity. I think it's just going to continue to be a thing because, I think we're all at a point in society where we're wanting to do a lot more, right? Travel, be active, no matter how old we are. And to kind of do that, we have to, like you said, do the right things internally, like the NADs and the peptides to keep the system going. And it's literally, we both come from family medicine, right? So our agenda always in training has been preventative care,
Yes.
which I think peptides and NAD and
Hormones.
all the things, hormones that we do is all preventative care. So is there anything you kind of want to, I guess, last words of imparting on the peptide wisdom kind of share with us?
Okay. The way I want you guys to look at peptides and hormones, I think people get that confused. I get that question a lot.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Hormones make your organs regulated.
Right.
Peptides make your cells regulated.
Okay.
Hormones are your cake. Peptides is your icing. You can't just shoot yourself up with a bunch of peptides. And
I mean, I can eat icing plain, by the way, so I don't know whether I'm done, but I get what you're saying. Totally get what you're saying, but I could totally lick some icing off the cake, by the way. Sure. Yes.
No, I think that would be my thing. Is like it's not just a one magic. Like you remember that the family reunion, and everybody saw my husband for the first time after COVID, and they're like, "Why do you look so good?" And then he goes, "Dhara gives me these magic shots." And then everyone started.
Everyone's like, "Where are these magic shots?" Yes. Yes.
Guys, they are magic shots, but it's part of a whole picture.
Right.
You still have to diet. You still have to exercise. You still have to do all of these things.
Yeah, it's proper. It's basically just what we should all be doing. We all know that, right? What we're supposed to be eating, not supposed to be eating, that we're supposed to stay active. We're doing peptides. We're doing hormone replacement. It's everything. If you want to,
Peptides are the cheat code.
Yeah.
That's how I cheat, by the way.
I love to cheat. So.
Well, because look, my thing is I work really hard right now.
Yeah.
I want to retire. And so at 5 a.m. when I don't want to get out of bed and I don't want to go work out, guys, it is my CJC that is getting me out of bed to go work out. And then it's a motivation that, when I retire, I want to travel. That's a lot of public toilets to squat over. Like it is. I want to be able
to squat. Is that what you're saying? Oh Lord. On that note, I think we finished the conversation of peptides and moved into a different type of conversation. So we're going to table that for the next age to perfection. Thank you very much, Dr. Patel, for your wisdom on peptides and all things squatting on toilets.
Disclaimer. The information provided in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Please consult with your qualified healthcare professional to determine the best treatment options for your individual needs. Results may vary and all procedures carry some level of risk. Always make informed decisions in consultation with a licensed professional.